It starts almost invisibly. For the first time in a while, there's a little more money coming in than what's immediately going out. It's not a life-changing amount, just enough to feel a subtle release of pressure. The constant low-level anxiety about next month's bills softens, just slightly. For a week or two, nothing really changes in your spending. You're just more relaxed. The grocery store visit feels less like a tightrope walk. You might buy the brand name instead of the store brand, not because you need to, but because you can. And then, without you quite noticing it, the first real shift happens. It's usually something small. Maybe you start getting your coffee from the nice cafe down the street instead of making it at home. It's only a few dollars and it makes your morning better. Or you decide to upgrade your internet plan because the lag has been annoying you for months. It's a minor monthly increase, easily covered by the new income. Each decision feels isolated, logical, and entirely reasonable. It's a reward for hard work. It's an investment in your own comfort and efficiency. It's what people do when they earn more. Over time, this becomes the new baseline. The faster internet is simply how the internet is supposed to be. These small upgrades weave themselves into the fabric of your daily life until you forget they were ever upgrades at all. They become necessities. This is the normalization phase. The extra $100 or $200 that once felt like a surplus is now fully allocated. It has a job. It pays for the new, slightly more expensive version of your life. The buffer is gone, but you don't feel it disappear because your standard of living has absorbed it completely. That's when the next stage begins. Another small opportunity comes along, a little more income. And the cycle repeats, but faster this time. The hesitation is gone. You already know the pattern. The mind immediately jumps to the next set of upgrades. Maybe it's a better gym membership, a subscription to a meal delivery service, or finally replacing that old piece of furniture that's been bothering you. The justification is always the same. It improves your quality of life. It saves you time. It's a logical next step. You're moving up. But something else is happening in the background, very quietly. The total sum of your fixed monthly costs is steadily climbing. Each individual increase felt manageable, but the aggregate amount is now significantly higher than it was a year ago. Your lifestyle has become more expensive to maintain. And because these new expenses are now part of your established routine, they are no longer optional. Downgrading feels like a step backward, a failure. Giving up the meal delivery service wouldn't feel like saving money. It would feel like losing precious time and adding stress back into your week. This is where the pressure starts to rebuild, but it's a different kind of pressure now. It's no longer the stress of scarcity, of not having enough. It's the stress of maintenance, the need to sustain the new, higher baseline. Your income has to stay at this level or even continue to grow, just to keep everything running as it is. A slow month at work, which once would have been a minor inconvenience, now triggers a wave of genuine anxiety. The thought of losing a client doesn't just mean less savings. It means you might have to dismantle parts of the life you've just built. The focus of your financial thinking subtly shifts from opportunity to obligation. You're no longer just looking for ways to earn more. You're actively working to protect what you have. The joy of the initial income increase is a distant memory. It has been replaced by the quiet, constant hum of a machine that needs to be fed. The very things you bought to reduce stress and increase comfort now become sources of that stress. The car payment, the higher rent for the nicer apartment. The various subscriptions, they form a rigid structure that leaves very little room for error. And then, you start to notice that your free time is also being consumed. The drive to maintain this lifestyle pushes you to work longer hours, to take on that extra project you would have passed on before, to say yes when you really want to say no. You find yourself optimizing your life not for happiness, but for efficiency and output. You're tired, but you tell yourself it's temporary, it's the price of success. You're building something. But the feeling of building is slowly replaced by a feeling of just trying to keep the walls from closing in. The irony is that from the outside, you look successful. Your friends and family see the new apartment, the nicer clothes, the vacations you post online. You are the very picture of someone who has it figured out. You might even believe it yourself in moments. You are achieving the things you're supposed to want. But internally, the math doesn't feel right. You're earning more than you ever have before, yet the feeling of financial freedom is further away than ever. You have more, but you feel less secure. This creates a strange kind of isolation. It's difficult to talk about this feeling because it sounds like a complaint. Admitting that more money has brought more stress feels ungrateful. It doesn't make logical sense to people who are struggling with genuine scarcity, so you keep it to yourself. The pressure becomes a private burden. You're running on a treadmill that you built yourself, piece by piece, with every logical, justifiable decision you made along the way. Now the system is fully operational, your spending habits are locked in. Your income requirements are set. Any new increase in income is no longer a surprise bonus. It's a necessity to relieve the pressure that has been building. It's immediately consumed by the next logical upgrade, or more often now, by the rising costs of the life you already have. Inflation, unexpected repairs, a friend's wedding, these things that were once manageable are now direct threats to the delicate balance you've created. You start making financial decisions out of fear, not ambition. You might take a job you don't want because the salary is higher and offers more security. You avoid risks you once would have embraced. The system is designed to self-preserve. It punishes instability. Your life has become a complex equation, and your main task is to keep it balanced. The freedom you thought you were buying with each upgrade was an illusion. What you were actually buying was a more sophisticated, more demanding set of obligations. The subtle joy of that first small surplus is now completely gone, replaced by a constant low-grade hum of anxiety. The digital balance that once ticked upward with a sense of promise now ticks upward with a sense of demand. Each dollar that comes in is already spoken for, assigned to a post in the fortress you've built around yourself. A fortress that was meant to protect you, but now feels like it's holding you captive. And the mechanism continues to run, quietly, relentlessly, pulling you forward. You find yourself running faster and faster just to stay in the same place, wondering when you'll finally feel like you've arrived. The numbers on the screen keep climbing, but the feeling of relief never seems to come. It's just the constant, quiet ticking of the machine. The pressure doesn't spike. It just slowly, steadily increases a little more each day. It has a weight that you've grown so accustomed to that you barely notice it anymore. It just feels like life, and all you can do is keep up. The process doesn't have an endpoint. It just continues,